Sudden Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we're giving you a little sneak peek, a little nibble of what we do for Patreon. This Batman video is something we found on Twitter where you list all the Batman actors and say what's your favorite movie of theirs. That's not Batman. Honestly, even if we do use Batman performances, -1, my list doesn't change. But anyways, we're going down. We're saying who the best, our favorite movies from these actors are, best performances, whatever. We found us on Twitter. Again, this is something we do for Patreon. If this interests you, you like it, go to Patreon. This is the lowest tier. We do random videos at our lowest tier. So, $2. You know what they say. $1 make you holler, $2 make you scream. And if you don't like a movie on my list, you might scream.
It's true.
Might be true.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today. But before we do that, if you scroll down to the description box below, you'll find links to our social media accounts. So we would very much appreciate if you would give us a follow on those. We also have links to the aforementioned Patreon account, as well as our coffee account. If you just want to give like a one-time donation to help the channel out, we'd greatly appreciate that. We also have a TikTok. You can follow us on that. But if you don't want to do any of those things, subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click the red button right now, and we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you don't want to subscribe, go suck on washed toast.
Damn.
Starting off first, Michael Keaton. Who'd you go with?
You mean what movie?
Yeah.
I went with Birdman. Yeah, Keaton has he has some really, really bad movies under his belt, but he also has some very good movies.
I feel like the bad movies you don't hear about, though.
Yeah,
people really sweep those under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You really don't. Like that one movie that I bought that one time that had Alexis Bledel in it, and the guy that played Matt Saracen from Friday Night Lights, and Michael Keaton is just in it as their dad. Terrible movie. It's so bad. But anyways, Birdman is an excellent movie. I really love the tone of it throughout, like the character study aspect of it, the one take aspect of it, and just getting to watch him, because it's just such a parallel to like his real life, right? Which it also makes it appropriate for the Batman video, because it is about a guy who got really popular by playing a superhero in a movie who is now feeling kind of washed up and trying to prove that he's still got the chops. And Keaton does absolutely prove that he still has the acting chops in this movie. And he also actually walked around a very packed Times Square in nothing but his tidy whities. His dedication.
They probably weren't even his tidy whities. That was probably the props. The set design or whatever.
I mean, I hope that he doesn't wear tidy whities, because they're very out of fashion.
My Michael Keaton's going to be Beetlejuice.
The range.
Fucking pelvic thrust his way into a demon's strip club.
What else?
Val Kilmer, our next Batman. What'd you go with?
I went with Heat. Obviously, he's not starring in that movie by any means, but his character is incredibly important to the plot. This is probably my favorite like crime drama of all time. And there's also like just so many like sub lists that we do where Heat is probably going to be my number one, like bank heist movies or shootouts or anything, or like cat and mouse movies. Like Heat is going to be incredibly high on my list on all of those. It's an excellent film. And I really like Kilmer's character in this one. He definitely still got that like steely, like brooding, like thing that he just does so naturally to his character in this movie. But him chasing Coochie is ultimately everyone's downfall. And the way that he plays that character as kind of like the right-hand man to De Niro, but also being his ultimate downfall, really does it for me. I like it a lot.
Yeah, me too, which is why I went with it. Also, I think I probably would have went with...
Heat was what you picked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would have went with Tombstone.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Tombstone.
What?
Never seen it. It's
Really?
got Kurt Russell in it. It's a Western.
Great.
Two things I love a lot. I own it on Blu-ray. Just haven't got a chance to watch it yet. But I went with Heat. Same reason as you did. I'll be quick about it. Like version having sex.
Ew, that was completely unnecessary. Disgusting.
You have that second little plot, the secondary plot.
Yeah.
Top 5 secondary plots of all time.
Yeah, agreed.
Very compelling. Next, we got George Clooney.
Yeah. I don't really consider it cheating, but I just took Danny Ocean.
Me too.
Like, period.
Me too.
All of the Ocean's movies.
charisma at the wazoo.
So yeah, like this is suave Clooney, like at his best. Obviously, his Batman movie is not good, but I still love it. It's one of those
Like
movies
honestly, it's not even because of him.
Yeah,
Like the direction of the movie, he did what he was probably told. But watching this, like if this movie came out first, the Ocean's trilogy, and then he got casted as Batman, I may not be like, oh, he's gonna be a great Batman. That Bruce Wayne's gonna kill.
Right. Yeah.
So charisma out the wazoo with Danny Ocean.
Yeah.
And why not shyster? You need that shysterous, and then you can have like Al Pacino. He can hang out with Danny Ocean again and be Two-Face.
Right.
Because like this side can be like regular Pacino, and the other side can be like, "Wah! I got you now, Batman. Wah!
She's got a great ass."
Hey yo, talking about Catwoman. Next, you got Christian Bale, which this might be the only one where we'll go with a Batman.
Oh well, I went with the fighter. Again, like a side character, but the way that he, especially at the end when they show like the real Dickie, I can't remember their last name.
You know, kind of. But he hangs out with a crackhead named Boo Boo, and we use some of the clips from that documentary.
Yeah, from like the real documentary. Yeah, but when they show the clips of like how the real guy acted and talked and everything like that, Bale just absolutely nailed it. And again, it's just another one of those movies where like obviously the main plot is, like Wahlberg's character, like proving his worth as a boxer, but this secondary plot is absolutely excellent. And does a really good job of like adding to and driving the main plot of the film. And so much of that is just because Christian Bale is in fact an excellent actor. In the way that he made you like, he just disappeared into this role completely for me. It's like, no, that's a real crackhead. And I see a lot of real crackheads pretty consistently. So they did a good job.
And leave his house right outside the door asking for money. I did not go with a crackhead. I went with Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. I just really like this movie in general, and I like it because of how dedicated he is to the role. And it really makes the movie, it's a fun, interesting, compelling performance from Christian Bale. And it also has like those little weird nuances of the what's that word?
Affirmation?
No, I just learned it during the Q&A. Alpha male.
Alpha male.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those little things. Like, it's so funny, him working out with the ice thing over his face, watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the dude's going crazy with the chainsaw, and he's just, like, so calm and peaceful. It's just, I enjoy the movie because of how much dedication he puts into it. Next, we got our boy Ben Affleck.
For this one, I went with probably my second favorite crime drama, which is The Town.
I'm surprised we didn't have the same one on this one.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, excellent crime drama. The way that he portrayed, because this is so much about relationships. It's about his relationship with the old guy, his relationship with his crew, his relationship with his girl. It's just an excellent film. To me, I can think of 3 movies off the top of my head where I'm like, these are peak Affleck, and I could have gone with any of them, and this is just the one that I went with.
I went with his character in Good Will Hunting. One, it's fun. Like, you see that guy, you're like, man, I would like to hang out with him, get a beer with him sometime. He's just a very fun character.
Yeah.
But he also brings that the emotional value to the film and the motivation factor, the inspiration as well. That scene where he breaks down, he's like, I want to, paraphrasing because I don't remember what he says. Want to come to your door? Oh, I ain't doing that. No impression. When I come to your door, I hope and pray one day that you don't answer it and you don't come to the door.
Yeah.
And you're off doing something better with your life.
Yeah.
What a great scene. And from that character, it makes sense. It's not out the blue. The transition from the beginning of the movie to the end with that character is perfect. And he wrote it, so obviously he knows how to play the character very well.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we went with Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson. Yeah. So I went with...
Must be thinking about the bear.
Paddington?
Yeah, him too.
Yeah, so he's in a lot of really good movies outside of Twilight. Sucks that he gets the rap that he does. I'm super stoked for him to be Batman. My movie that I went with was Cedric Diggory. His character, him playing Cedric Diggory in The Goblet of Fire. I really just love Harry Potter so much. But also, I don't know why, but for some reason, Cedric Diggory in the movies, like, what we get from him and his ultimate death just hits way harder than it did in the books for me. Like, in the books, he just felt like this guy that I really didn't give a shit about. But the way that Pattinson plays him in the movie, very calm, confident, collected, like an ally to Harry. Like, he's just like his sportsmanship in general. Like, you know, he could have easily just been a dick about all of this, but he wasn't. And I think that Pattinson did a really good job of like shifting from the Twilight stuff, which he was still in the middle of, I'm pretty sure.
Mike, maybe.
To playing this like much more real character instead of being directed to overact the shit out of Edward Cullen. It did him a lot of good, and it set him up for a lot of the success that he has now.
So I'm going to go with Good Time. And since he wears saggy pants in the movie, I'm going to paraphrase a line from Kanye West. Why does his pants sag off? Because he's acting his ass off. And if he didn't act his ass off in this movie, it wouldn't invoke the emotion, the feelings I have. First time I watched this movie, I got physically nauseous because of how thrilling the scenes are.
This is a Safdie film, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Safdie brothers, all their films are like that. Like,
Yeah.
I felt a little bit of nauseousness from Uncut Gems. This is something they're really good at. But they don't have the actor to put in that role to knock it out the park. It doesn't work. So because he's so good in this movie and willing to go the extra mile and do all these crazy things, it's mind-blowing for one, because it's like, dude, this is the Twilight guy. This is the movie that's like, he's not the Twilight guy anymore for me. Like, after this, I was like, oh my goodness. You earned your name back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that it matters to him what I think, but when he got casted as Batman, I was like, good time. I'm okay with that. That's probably going to be really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to see the new Batman. March 4th. Closer than I thought.
Yeah.
It's
We
like,
can
damn.
March 4th to the theater.
That was whack as shit. Anyways,
It was.
tell us down below in the comment section.
I'm not sorry.
You should call your mother up and apologize.
I won't.
And your father for that reason. Your father's probably
I won't do
using
that
your,
either.
your
We don't talk.
Your bullshit. You was talking yesterday on the phone because he got your Disney Plus account, talking about the Book of Boba Fett or whatever his name is. Any fucking ways. So, comment section. That's what it is. That's how bad your joke was. It says killed the vibe of the room.
Good.
Go down to the comment section. Tell us your favorite Batman actors' performances that aren't Batman. Just go back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.